First of all, I'm feeling a little bit better, many degrees better than I was yesterday. I'm still feeling, I like literally feel hungover. I realized it today. I'm like, what is this feeling? It's flu-like, but it's also like very hangover-y. I don't drink, okay? I try. I want to. I think it's probably good for me. You know, I see other adults drinking and it seems like it helps them relax and everything, but it just, I can't drink because it makes me feel toxic and hungover. Even if I drink just a little bit, like my body hurts so bad. So this is what, kind of what I feel like today. Yesterday it was really bad. And then nothing was working. Nothing helped. So today I'm feeling many degrees better, but I feel like really still very achy and sore and dizzy and nauseous and gagging. I am staying hydrated, trying to eat. I did eat, enough to yesterday. I haven't eaten today. Regardless, whatever about me. Okay, so, but what I did a lot of research yesterday about menopause because I guess I'm in perimenopause. And I didn't start my period till I was 15, I think, maybe one period at 15, maybe a couple at 16, and then they were just sort of irregular and sprinkled throughout. I never had regular periods until I had my first son at 34. I had my second son at 40, and my periods started to get longer and longer, and then I had him, and then it reset, and now I'm like clockwork. Usually every year or so, I'll have like a missed period, and that's normal for me. And so now, even going into, like I said, I'm almost 54 years old, I have like one missed period every year still. And I'm like, I'm at least a year away at this point from that one moment, that one day that marks menopause. I'm still at least a year away. Average age of menopause is 51. So I'm looking at least 55, of course. Now, there's a lot of benefits to late menopause, which I learned, and I'm very happy about that. I learned that yesterday. The later you go through menopause, the more estrogen you've had in your body and the more protective it is for you, for like cognitive function especially, which I'm loving that considering I was freaking out the other day thinking I had dementia. Late menopause dramatically lowers the risk of cognitive issues, which I'm really super happy about. I did share the video that I watched, the most important video that I watched on this. I shared it to this channel. So if you want to see what that's about, there's a Dr. Mary somebody who is heading up all this amazing new research and helping bring to women that hormone replacement therapy is actually really, really good for most people if you are an eligible candidate, which means you don't have breast cancer that runs in your family. So I don't have that. And I'm not on hormone replacement. But here's what I realized. First of all, my symptoms are all the same symptoms as severe dehydration, right? Now I get, of course, the symptoms of the whole cycle thing. But I've always had these symptoms of menopause since I went through puberty. So I'm like, I've been in menopause, in perimenopause. Hey, Halen. Since I've been in puberty, I've been experiencing perimenopause. I mean, that's basically what it's like. And I'm like, wow, I maybe needed hormone replacement therapy like my whole life. Now, it is true that I was having very irregular periods. And finally, I don't know, I was like almost 30. And I skipped 3 months. And I was like, it was hard for me because I would feel my body gearing up to have a period and then nothing would happen. And gear up again and nothing would happen. And so I went and had some testing done, and this was in LA. I'm talking about just different female things, menses, PMDD, perimenopause, and what I found out last night in my research was this stuff. So I was going and I got some tests done, and they found out that I had low FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. So I'd get ready, and then nothing would pop out. And it would just have to start the cycle all over. It was really messing with me. I was gaining weight and stuff like that. So they put me on progesterone. They're like, before you have a period, sorry for the shaky camera, before you should have a period, start taking these like a week before, and it makes you have a period. Well, the feeling of that progesterone was like, I love this stuff. I'm going to take it like all the time. I had a hard time just taking it in that 10 days. Okay. And so then after that, I don't know, for some reason, whatever, I quit taking it and life went on. So maybe I got on the pill or something. I don't remember. Probably that's exactly what it was. And I don't really remember. So years and years and years go by, diagnosed with PMDD, my periods get regular after my kids, the whole thing. So when I look back on that, literally since I was 15 when I started my period, which was very late, and I'm almost 55 and still having regular periods, which is very late. I've been in perimenopause since puberty. Now learning about hormone replacement therapy, which they haven't been talking about for a long time because for a long time women thought it gave them breast cancer, which they found out it absolutely does not. And I should have been on hormone replacement therapy my whole life. I always said I should have had coffee before school my whole life, like even in, kindergarten, because I was always in a fog. I was confused. I had literally very little idea what was ever going on in school unless we were just playing, unless it was just free time. And like when I was in school, we used to watch movies on projectors. And I swear, I didn't realize, I couldn't hear a thing that they were saying. It wasn't until I realized in adulthood that every one of my schoolmates as adults, every American person knew the words to Schoolhouse Rock. And I had no, like, how do you know all the words to Schoolhouse Rock? Oh my God. And like, I realized I don't know that. Why don't I know that? And then I realized it was the projector. They turn out the lights in the room, close all the blinds, right? They pull the screen down, they turn the projector on. So that moment where it's nice and dark, no fluorescent lights, really quiet because everybody's anticipating the movie starting. Oh, I loved that. That was like so awesome. Then they turn the projector on. And it's like click, 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 and the light flash. And we're watching Schoolhouse Rock, right? And everybody's learning the words. To this day, I can't understand words of songs, especially if there's lights flashing and a clicking sound of the projector. So that, even that was not an indication to me that I was on the spectrum, because I had no idea what the spectrum was, autism, Asperger's, nothing. I had no idea what any of that was. I was like, that's weird. And I realized I can't understand songs to anything, and I need subtitles a lot of the times to watch movies or TV, or I can't really understand a lot of what they're saying. I miss it. I'm like, what they say? So kind of like all of this, it's like when you are late diagnosed, right? Everything slowly starts falling into place and you have memories. You're like, oh, that's what that was. Same here. So now that I'm supposed to be going through, sorry, I've got an itch, supposed to be going through the perimenopause thing, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm not really sensing any changes. I was getting hot flashes and chills at night and sweating in bed, but that's happened to me throughout my life. And eventually I learned to take my calm powder, my magnesium, and it totally goes away. So a few years ago, I was having this problem, same thing, sweating at night, sleepless nights, nausea, the whole deal. I was like, oh yeah, right, I need the calm powder. Started taking the calm powder, went away. Coming into menopause, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting hot flashes. And I start sweating at night, the whole deal. I'm like, yay, I'm in menopause. And I'm like, wait a minute, this has happened before a couple of years ago, because I can't seem to remember and stay on it. Hopefully now I'm like, it's sinking in. Literally, this was just a month or two ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me try the calm powder. So I'm supposed to be having hot flashes, the whole deal. They go away because of the magnesium. And the heart palpitations, the whole thing, right? I come into my menses. Yes, it's hardcore. I'm suffering. And staying hydrated really, really, really helps a lot. So I'm like, this is so I'm not noticing a big change going into menopause because it's always been this way. I'm not noticing a lot of change going into my older years because I've always felt horrible. And I attributed it to my back is broken, so my whole body's always in pain because I'm trying to hold myself together. Well, what I'm learning is that a symptom of menopause is total body pain all the time, achy and crappy and everything. But if I've been going through the perimenopausal symptoms since puberty, I didn't notice anything different really was happening. So I didn't attribute anything to menopause, perimenopause. Because I'm like, this is just me. Right. So, should I have been on hormone replacement therapy since puberty? I'm thinking. Since I had so many fewer periods, do I have way, way more eggs? And that's why I'm like taking a lot longer to go through menopause? Because I'm still at least a year away. I'm still having the same periods I always had. Now I know when I stay hydrated and take magnesium or other electrolytes, my flow is less, my symptoms are less. But I'm kind of thinking, you guys, that I should have been on hormone replacement therapy my whole life. Not only for the physical symptoms, but women say just they feel normal, they feel better. And I'm like, what does that even feel like? I want to feel normal, yeah. So that's my new quest. I guess I'm going to have to find okay, here's what I learned, right? If you say, okay, so if you are gender dysphoric and want to transition, you can get from Planned Parenthood free hormone replacement therapy, essentially. So I'm like, okay, so does that mean I can go to Planned Parenthood and get free hormone replacement therapy for menopause? Or do I have to say I want to transition? Because I'll do it. No, Halen, I'm sorry. I don't play Fortnite, honey. You're sweet, though. Hi, Bubblegup999. But you should pay attention to what I'm saying, even if you're not a girl, even if you're a boy, and no girls and women, because the girls will grow up to become women. And I think it's really, really important that, hi everybody, I think it's really, really important that we all know how to help women and girls. Because we all know women and girls, and this is stuff that we all can be helping each other out with. So that was my research, and that is what I found. Apparently, I guess I've been perimenopausal since puberty. What are you guys doing? Why are you here? Are you playing Fortnite? Are you 9? You know, I like literally never sub to any kids' channels. If I see a kid in a short or a video where they're like the main person, like if they're dancing or doing something, I like tell it, do not recommend this video. You know, I have kids. I love kids. I didn't necessarily enjoy being a kid, but I love I love kids, animals, elderly, disabled, are the creatures and beings on the earth that have that natural, wonderful innocence that being on a spectrum, I also find with a lot of our neurodivergence, we're just more childlike, and I prefer that to adults. But I don't want ever for anyone to think that I'm looking for kids. No. But here's my dog, Shadow. My puppy. Hey, my puppy. Hey, my puppy. Good boy. Yes. Yes. This is the mental health aspect of my life. You're a good boy. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so that's all I got for you today. I'm still feeling relatively weird, but I'm not in pain so much anymore. But I'm like really shaky and dizzy, and I feel hungover, and it sucks. I've been gagging, and it's awful. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope that this is helpful to anybody. We're finding that the neurodivergent spectrum ladies share a lot of these issues. They're called comorbids. And so sharing helps. Sharing is caring.